If you think your mechanic always tells you everything, you're probably wrong. Not because they want to rip you off, but because there are things that are simply never openly discussed. Behind every workshop door, there's more happening than you think. Time pressure, cost pressure, customers wanting everything cheaper, and mechanics trying to balance honesty with revenue. It's not ill intent, but it means many small truths never make it to you. I'm talking about things every car owner should know. Why inspections are sometimes only superficial, why some workshops scare you when it comes to brake service, and why you often pay more for replacement parts than you should, without even realizing it. And that's exactly what we're talking about today. If you know these 7 secrets, you'll never blindly sign again, never nod without understanding, and the next time you visit a workshop, you'll know exactly what's going on. So sit back but stay alert. Here are 7 car workshop secrets mechanics will never tell you, and that can save you a lot of money and stress in the long run. Short pause, beat change, camera cut to a close-up of an oil-covered hand dropping a wrench. Voiceover. With a slight smile. Let's start with number 7. And believe me, almost nobody expects this. My 7. Brakes. The business of fear. When a mechanic says, your brakes are worn out, it always sounds dangerous. And that's exactly the point. Hardly any other sentence causes as much panic among drivers. You immediately think, oh, no, I don't want my brakes to fail. And suddenly, you agree to an expensive replacement without much questioning. But the truth is, many brakes are replaced much earlier than necessary. Often 30–40% of the pad remains, enough for thousands of kilometers. Yet many workshops prefer to replace early, because it sells well. The trick is subtle. They show you the old pad, compare it to a shiny new one, and suddenly you think, yeah, the old one looks bad. What you don't see. Technically, it's often still fine. Of course, safety comes first, no question. But safety and unnecessary replacement are 2 different things. If you really want to know your brake's condition, look yourself, or ask for photos. Check 3 things. Pad thickness. Below 3mm replace? Above that, it's usually fine. Grooves or deep lines on the disc. Light marks are normal. Deep grooves indicate real wear. Noises. If your brakes squeak or scrape, it's time to check. If everything feels normal and the car drives straight, panic is usually unnecessary. In short, brakes are important, yes, but fear should never be a business model. So next time at the workshop, don't be intimidated. Ask questions. Have them show you what's really going on. Those who understand their brakes aren't easily fooled. 6. Refurbished parts. Instead of new ones. What few people tell you, many so-called new parts aren't actually new. They're refurbished. It might sound like a scam, but it's more complicated. In many workshops, you get parts made from old, defective components that are cleaned, tested, and reassembled. Examples: alternators, starters, brake calipers. Technically, this is often fine, if done correctly. But here's the catch. Not every workshop openly tells you that you're getting a refurbished part. And not every workshop charges the right price for it. I've seen invoices that simply said new part, but in reality, it was a replacement part. The difference? Up to 40% price difference for the exact same component. Why do workshops do this? Because customers usually don't notice. The part looks clean, works fine, and nobody asks. For the workshop, higher margin, less discussion. Refurbished parts aren't automatically bad. Many come directly from the original manufacturer, are tested, and even have a warranty. The problem is when you think you're paying for a new part, but you aren't. How to spot it? Look for words like AT, exchange, remanufactured, or refurbished on the invoice, and ask, is this part new or refurbished? A fair workshop will tell you honestly. At the end of the day, it's not about exposing the workshop. It's about knowing what you're paying for. Those who understand that many new parts are actually refurbished have the advantage next time. Catch inspections. What's actually done and what's not. Many think an inspection means checking the car from front to back, every bolt, every filter, every fluid. The truth? In many cases, it's just a visual check. A quick glance from a couple of meters away. Check, move on. Time is money, and with 20 cars a day, it quickly becomes superficial. I've seen workshop reports saying, Pollen filter checked, okay. Later, when the customer pulled it out, it was full of debris, almost black. Problem. You, the customer, don't see it. You rely on the record and the stamp in the booklet. And that's enough for many workshops to say, all done. If you really want thorough work, simple checks help. Look in the engine bay. Is the oil filter new? Any fresh oil or dust? Ask to see old parts. An honest mechanic has no problem showing you old air filters or spark plugs. Don't trust the service booklet blindly. A stamp is not proof of work. Many workshops do proper work, but many skip small things because customers won't notice. Next time ask, is the filter really replaced or just checked? Sounds simple, but it often ensures more thorough work. In the end, those who ask get better service. 4. Small tricks on estimates. You get an estimate of $500, end up paying $650. How? Through small parts fees or additional items. Harmless sounding, but one of the oldest workshop tricks. On paper, the estimate looks neat. Few items, clear numbers, no surprises. But hidden, small extras, screws, gaskets, grease, disposal, cleaning materials. Individually tiny, but together can add $100 quickly. The smart part? It's worded so you don't argue. Small parts fee sounds legitimate. It's not because the workshop wants to scam you. Many estimates are just optimistic. I call it the fair weather price. Looks good. Until the real costs show up. Tips to avoid. Request a binding estimate, not just a guess. Ask what exactly is included under small parts. Transparency is standard, not extra. Knowing these tricks keeps you prepared, not surprised. 3. Why some mechanics stay silent. The hardest secret? Many mechanics simply say nothing. Not because they want to cheat you, but because they know you might misinterpret it. Imagine, you bring your car in, they find a small leak or a sensor that will fail soon. It still works, but not for long. If they tell you now, you start doubting, are they upselling me? So they stay silent. They might note it in the records or think, if it gets worse, the customer will come back. This creates misunderstandings and the typical workshop trickster image. Many mechanics just want to avoid conflict. They know customers get annoyed when they hear about extra costs. The sad part, good maintenance depends on honesty. People telling you, it's not broken yet, but fixing now saves later. That honesty is rare, because too many customers confuse it with sales. When a mechanic explains rather than just fixes, appreciate it. It's not a trick. It's a sign they mean well. Outrow, yes. Honest mechanics exist. They show you what they're doing, take you into the workshop. Look, here's your old filter, here's the new one. These people are gold. You recognize them because they explain, show, and let you ask questions without annoyance. If you have such a workshop, stick with them. Bring coffee, say thanks, tell others. Good mechanics thrive on honest customers, just as good customers thrive on honest mechanics. Next time you visit, you'll be prepared. You'll know what to ask, spot the small tricks, and won't be intimidated. If you want to learn real mechanic tricks that make some workshops money every day, click the next video. I'll show you 5 workshop tricks that make customers pay more than they should, and how to spot them all. So stay smart, stay fair, and most importantly, stay loyal to your car. Sound effect, engine starts, then fade out.